All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon, and in this video, we're going to be in the 147-pound division where, shockingly, Terence Crawford has revealed a secret weapon for the Errol Spence Jr. fight, and it is a big-time advantage in his camp. And I'm not playing. I think it is a very, very big advantage in his camp. Let's talk about what that is in this video.
Too many red lights. Too many red lights. Way too many red lights. Too many red lights.
Live in hell. What the fuck?
What the hell? Live in hell. Live in hell. What the fuck? What the hell?
All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon, and in this video, we're going to be in the 147-pound division where Terence Crawford has a big advantage going into the Errol Spence Jr. fight, or at least a big weapon in his camp heading into the Errol Spence Jr. fight, and that is that he has solicited the help of a pound-for-pound fighter, one of the best young fighters in boxing to be his sparring partner. Let's talk about whether or not that will have any influence over the fight. But before I do that, let me welcome you back to the channel. If you are new to the channel, please accept my invitation to hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon so you can be notified of when we release more videos. And if you are a longtime subscriber and supporter of the channel, thank you so much. And thank you to everybody that supports in the Cash App and in the super chats of the live streams that we do, and in the super thanks of videos like this goes a long way towards supporting the channel and supporting the type of content that you like to have. Now, let's get into this. Terence Crawford has Shakur Stevenson working with him and sparring with him for the Errol Spence Jr. fight that will be coming up on July 29th, the undisputed championship, where the guy that wins it is definitely going to go down as a great fighter, because not beating either one of those guys is going to be a tough task for anybody. And also, they're going to be the undisputed champion of the world, because Errol holds the WBA, the WBC, and the IBF. And Terence Crawford holds the WBO. So big time fight, without a doubt, already sold out, probably going to do a $23 million gate, should be over $1 million pay-per-view fight. It's just one of these really, really big things that take place in boxing every once in a while. So Terence Crawford has one of the better sparring partners that you can get, which is Shakur Stevenson, who put out a tweet that said, out here working with my brother. Don't understand why people go out of their way to type BRUDDA, like with my brother. Don't switch. Something says something about don't jump sides now, you weirdos. Does some kind of tweet. I like Shakur Stevenson in the ring. Outside the ring, can be kind of funny acting. I will, give all you people that are in this big, Devin, Shakur's duck and Devin nonsense conversation going on. But I will admit, sometimes some stuff that he says does hit me kind of sideways. But that's the case with almost anybody. With me, I'm a grumpy old man. What can I say? You see the gray hair. Trust you me. The bald head and the gray hair, I earned it. Anyway, so Shakur Stevenson says that he is sparring with Terence Crawford to prepare for this fight. He had another guy in the picture with him. I didn't know who that was. Looked kind of familiar, but a much bigger guy, right? So the story of the picture to me looked like Terence Crawford, who had Shakur Stevenson to his right, is fighting a southpaw. Now, Shakur Stevenson, if you did not know, is a southpaw, just like Errol Spence Jr. is a southpaw. And it is been rumored, I wouldn't be able to vouch for this out of personal experience, it is harder to get practice with hitting or I'm saying hitting as my daughter played tennis, sparring with a southpaw. So if you're going to get a southpaw, you might as well try to get the best southpaw you can get. And Shakur Stevenson, other than Errol Spence, because Terence Crawford is a southpaw too, because he really doesn't switch. Other than those two, might very well be or is the best southpaw in the game. So and he doesn't have he has a fighting style that it's not completely unlike Errol Spence Jr.'s, in that Shakur Stevenson is also somebody that will fight in the pocket and will walk you down. He has a very good lead left jab and jab to the body, and kind of tries to go in and get close to the guy, similar to the way that Errol Spence Jr. does. So he very well may be able to mimic Errol Spence Jr., relatively well, right? As good as some other people would be. Obviously, there's the differences in between the two, that Errol Spence Jr. is a lot bigger than Shakur Stevenson is. He also hits a lot harder than Shakur Stevenson does. He has a different range than Shakur Stevenson does, and he does different things on the inside than Shakur Stevenson would do. Right? Shakur Stevenson more than likely is not going to try to slip under your jab and get to the left side of your body, get to the right side of your body, right? And do a lot of the things on the inside that Errol Spence does. But still, I don't think you can find too many people that are going to be able to mimic what Errol Spence Jr. does better than somebody of that skill set. So my thing is, I think that is that's very, very good work for him to get and in the camp sparring. I don't really know if Errol Spence is going to be able to really find anybody that is going to be able to mimic Terence Crawford the way that Shakur Stevenson may be able to mimic Errol Spence Jr. But at the end of the day, man, it is definitely, it's something that could definitely work for Terence Crawford. Now, as far as what that means in a fight, I don't know if it's really going to mean anything in the fight. Because again, Shakur Stevenson's not Errol Spence Jr. There's headgear in that ring. There is larger gloves in that ring. You're not going to have to deal with Shakur Stevenson cannot mimic going 12 rounds with Errol Spence Jr. and picking up the pace throughout the entire fight. And, definitely a lot of the different things that Errol does in that ring that may very well be the intangible things about it. Don't know if he has the heart, whether or not he's going to be right laying it in the line and sparring. Those type of things you're not going to really see, and you're not going to really get up until they get in the ring with each other. But at the same time, I like it, man. Now, the interesting thing is, though, that for Shakur Stevenson is the work that Shakur is getting with Terence Crawford, and how that may help him for this mandatory fight that very well may get ordered for Devin Haney by the WBC. I didn't want to do an entirely separate video on it, but if you did not know, Terence Crawford and Shakur Stevenson had petitioned the WBC to give him a mandatory fight with Devin Haney and have a 50-50 split. A lot of people think that that's an impossible notion, could not happen. And I'm telling you right now, do not be surprised at the things the WBC will do. Okay, they will order some ridiculousness to go on. You better believe it. Anyway, that's my take on the matter. You let me know what you think in the comment section. And with that, I'm out. Peace.